Live from Austin, Texas, capital of the greatest state in the Union. This is Joe Bob Grimes, head of security down here at Speak to GRAFFO. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. GRAFFO.
Hey, thank you, Joe Bob. I'm GRAFFO. I sit here and take your calls. This is live and unscripted here in Austin. And I got Trixie in the booth.
Hello.
And Trix, do we have any visitors tonight?
Yeah, we got Johnny Neptune came back.
Excellent.
And?
Hallo, und das Haus ist voll. Wir haben einen weiteren Gast und das ist Troy.
We got Troy Halifax in the booth today too.
Nice. Welcome to both of you. I'm glad y'all came back.
Thanks.
Getting a little crowded in here, if you ask me.
It's probably getting hot in there. All those people, all those electronic equipment things you got going in there.
What's going on, GRAFFO?
I can't hear you, sweetie.
I'm trying to do a camera check.
Oh, okay.
Does that look too bright? Wow.
Well, I don't know.
What is that? What do you got going up
Well,
there?
it's a young lady. You asked me to draw something, and I did.
Full figured.
It full figured. I think she's cute. It's my kind of girl. Do we have the number up there? Yeah, it's 472-2255. And you may be asking yourself, what's going on here? And I really wouldn't have a response to that, but basically I'm drawing and taking your phone calls. It's kind of like a cooking show, except there's no cooking, and I'm drawing, and we're taking phone calls. Real easy.
Are those big shadow hands grabbing at her? Or?
No, it's just a little pizzazz, you know.
She took had an accident on the wall behind her?
No, man, no. I'm disappointed that you might.
I wasn't trying to take it there. I was just genuinely curious.
You might say, where are her arms? And I would say her arms are behind her, and these are her hands.
Okay.
Make sense?
Sure. Why not?
You know, Joe Bob, I forgot to tell everybody to tune in tonight on my Facebook page. My bad.
Well, if people are tuned into Channel 16 on Austin Cablevision, they're not going to have much of a choice.
Well, there's other channels, are there not?
No, I'm just saying if it happens to be on Channel 16 because they're watching something else, maybe they're an atheist or some kind of deal, and that's the only reason they got their TV on. Or
I am so into the atheist show.
Well, they don't shy away from controversy.
No, they don't. I'm really not into it, but I think they got a good show going. They got a good thing going, you know. I'm not an atheist, Joe Bob. Joe Bob, are you an atheist?
Hell no.
Can you fix that light, the shadow, or what do you think? Whatever. Okay.
All right, so yeah, this is a girl with no arms, and her hair is sticking out like that. Pretty self-explanatory. But I'm gonna put a G down here because I like it.
Now, these days, a G is a gangster.
Yeah, well.
You know, an original G and all that kind of stuff.
In the studio, it's GRAFFO.
GRAFFO, we got a caller on line 1. Are you ready?
Joe Bob?
Excuse me?
Is that
Trixie's trying to talk to you, I think.
Trying to talk to you, GRAFFO. You ready for a phone call? Can he not hear me? He can't hear me. Hold on. Okay. GRAFFO, you ready for a phone call?
Yeah, put him or her through.
It's #1 fan.
All right.
On the air.
Hey, Daedalus.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you, man?
Wie geht's to all of our German friends in attendance?
So you speak German then?
No.
Okay.
I know how to say "Wo ist die Geldautomat," and that's it.
What does that mean?
Where's the ATM?
That could come in handy.
That's the most handy thing I think you can have.
What, Daedalus, have you been to Germany? Have you been to Europe?
I have.
Wow, that's so cool, man. And so you've been to Germany. You went to Frankfurt?
No, I haven't been to Frankfurt.
Have you been to Berlin?
I have been to Berlin.
What about Stuttgart?
Nope, I haven't been to Stuttgart. I've been to Köln. I can never say it in German, right?
Yeah.
Cologne, and Munich, München. See, I don't know how to say German very well.
München.
I think it's called Munchausen. Isn't that the name of it?
Sure.
Yeah. What were you doing over there? You were in the U.S. Army?
No.
Whoa. Whoa.
Just visiting friends.
I think you would have seen Frankfurt if that was the case.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm just visiting friends over there. And then in Berlin, just checking out museums and, old East Berlin stuff and all that jazz.
Did you go to any of those far out churches like the one in Cologne?
Yeah, well, the train station's right beside it. And I remember stopping there and looking up, and it looked like this mountain that just grew out of the ground.
No
right
kidding.
Next to the train station. And it's really trippy looking.
That is so cool, man. That's got flying buttresses or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all those old cathedrals and whatnot around Europe are, they're almost 1,000 years old. A lot of those.
I know. I love that, man.
700, 800 years old.
For me, besides people, I think Europe has the attraction of food, churches, and art.
Even if you're not a Christian, I think people can appreciate the history and the architecture and the art of churches.
Sure. And going in there into one of those fantastic medieval churches should turn you into a Christian, shouldn't it?
That was the idea anyway.
Amen.
Amen. There we go. That was Joe Bob.
Fiat looks. Hey, who came up with Monsieur Chardin's omega point there in the program?
I told you old Daedalus would be onto that.
God, he's so smart. What does it mean? We're all wondering.
Well, I mean, the too long didn't read is the omega point is basically God, and that's what society or civilization or whatever is progressing toward. That is getting more and more complex and more complicated, and this consciousness is elevating and evolving until it reaches a oneness with the Christian logos. Because Chardin was a Jesuit priest.
Oh, okay.
So he explained his philosophy is all explained in Christian terms. So. But really spacey stuff too.
What do you mean spacey?
I mean, it's he's in the first half of the 20th century, but it's all like stuff you would associate with like the New Age movement, maybe today.
Well, that's not part of that sect that they wiped out?
No, the Carthusians.
Yeah, whatever, the Carthusians.
Cathars, yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting story, man. And every time I read it, I can't figure out what I'm reading.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm the same way with that stuff.
Yeah. I wonder. And
Joe Bob is the guilty party, as you're saying.
Oh, can you say that again, my man?
Joe Bob's the guilty party for that.
He is. He asked me if I knew anything about it, and I think I lied and said that I did.
Well, I mean, where I come from, there ain't a lot of talk about omega points and that kind of deal, but
exactly. And I come from where you come from.
right. But I'll bump into, run across something every once in a while that looks interesting, so I'll,
No, even if you don't agree with it, even if you're an atheist or a Muslim or a agnostic or whatever, I mean, it's really interesting stuff to think about.
Damn it, Joe. Daedalus, you should come down here and just spout off.
And you should name that photo. That reminds me of like the old Paleolithic carvings of like ancient Venuses.
Oh, like Venus of Willendorf?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So and that's exactly what that reminded me of.
Yeah, her arms are back there. That's just like the Venus of Willendorf. Her arms are by her side.
You know, I've read a theory about those is that the way their proportions are is not that they were very voluptuous or so forth, but that they are actually carved and done by women. They're looking it's a a point of view from a woman's perspective.
Now, see, I always heard the hypothesis that it was ancient pornography.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
So,
No, we don't.
yeah, if I had a time machine, I mean, that would be the time I would go to. I mean, no question about it. So.
30,000 years ago?
Yeah, you know, like anything like pre-recorded history, you know.
If you did, you would be top dog. You would be running your own clan before you knew it, man.
Well, isn't that violate the Prime Directive?
Yeah, go take over a clan. Find yourself a Neanderthal chick.
Right. No, just start a whole new civilization.
Start a whole new one.
Yeah, and those things come out the sides instead of hands. That could be like an aura or chakra kind of thing or something.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know what that means, chakra, but
I don't.
it's a Hindu thing.
I think that would be the Kundalini.
Yeah, the
chakra.
Kundalini coming out. Her Kundalini blew out, and here we are.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what happens when you go messing with that kind of stuff.
I'm telling you.
You can get involved in that yogi stuff.
I need to do some yoga. I was just telling the guys here I want to do some, but I'm much too lazy to get on it now.
I'm right there with you. It sounds really interesting, and it seems like it would be really good for me, but I sit here drinking Belgian beers.
Oh, right. Yeah, somebody was telling me about that Belgian beer. If I'm thinking you're drinking the one I'm thinking of. And they say it's pretty good.
The first one was a La Chouffe, Belgian Golden Ale, 8% alcohol by volume, from the French-speaking part of Belgium.
Yeah.
And actually I'm on the Jester King now, which is from Austin here, but they're northern France and Belgium kind of inspired.
Do you have a beer from the Walloon-speaking part?
Yeah, totally. The
Oh, okay.
Walloons. Yeah. I'm not for sure what city they're in, this Les Chouffe one. Let me see.
How many
Look on the
cities they
bottom.
got crammed into Belgium?
Well, it's about split, half and half, but there's no huge cities except for Brussels.
Brussels. It's named
And
after
they
the sprout,
Exactly.
I've heard.
You land on the plane flies into the airport there, and it's just a huge field of Brussels sprouts. It's not an actual runway.
Now, Brussels is home to NATO headquarters?
Yes, and the EU headquarters.
The EU, yes, that's what it is, which
Yeah.
probably has more relevance at this point. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the EU is really kind of,
Teetering.
other than trade, it really, I mean, politically doesn't have as much, I don't know. It's
It
growing.
does seem to be kind of unraveling, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we could ask Johnny there. or
Johnny
whatever
Neptune?
his full name was. Yeah.
Johnny, are you there?
Johnny, are you there?
Hi, I'm right here.
Have you been to Brussels?
Yeah, I've been there like twice.
And so how do you feel about the EU? Is it coming apart, or is it hanging tough?
Well, from my point of view, it's growing fast. You see, you originally had a few countries that were like defining the core of the EU. So before it was called the EU, and then they're adding all the countries, and it's happening a bit too fast, I think, also for the people.
You got that,
And-
Daedalus?
Yeah, you know, it's overexpanded, kind of like how Starbucks is on every corner, you know.
There you go.
Yeah. The thing is that the economic strength of the different countries now is very different. So there's kind of trouble to, you know, to adapt all the different kind of economical.
Right.
You know, you would never guess that Johnny Neptune went to high school here in Texas. And
Johnny Neptune, yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember his last name, so.
Yeah. He's got that accent down really well.
Yeah.
I'll have to hand it to him.
Well, you know, that's the Germans for you.
Yeah.
Johnny Neptune totally sounds like a German name, I think.
Well, are you being facetious?
No, I would never be facetious.
No, you
Especially
wouldn't.
after two 750 milliliter bottles of Belgian ale.
Don't facete.
Don't facete all over the place. I'm done with this, I think. It's time to move on.
What are
I
you
think
talking
that's
about? The whole
graphic
all of us? Oh, you're talking about the drawing there?
Oh, no, I'm not about to walk off, Joe Bob. Thank you so much.
Joe Bob is there. I don't know if he's for internal or external.
He's for
security.
intern. He's going to keep me in if I try to leave before it's over.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you done said it now. That's going to be like on the situation where they tell all the robots they got to take care of the humans, and then they decide the only way they can do it is to kill all of them.
You know, that's closer than you might think.
Y'all should go online and look for this thing that Harvard just came out with these autonomous
I
swarming
saw that.
robots. Yeah, oh my God.
And those robots are so small, man.
Yeah, they're like, the size of half of a beer can maybe, I don't know, or a soda can.
Or perhaps less.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell how big
Maybe like a Red Bull can.
So
yeah.
what we're talking about is in Harvard they had a whole bunch of little robots, and they're able to communicate and to organize with each other, and it's kind of scary. Did you see the time-lapse of video of that? Daedalus?
Yeah, where they're making like a star and a wrench and something else. I don't remember. Like a
the letter K, but
yes.
I noticed that it took like 11 hours.
Yeah. Well, it's a rudimentary technology at this point.
Yeah.
But, that's the beginning of the whole gray goo stuff.
The what?
Gray goo, where you should look into a novel by this author, sci-fi author named Greg Bear. One of his novels called Blood Music. And that kind of talked about the gray goo pretty effectively.
Oh,
that
man.
there's these
I am
sentient
not familiar.
sentient microscopic robots that basically can make like this huge gray mass that can form anything, take over,
Oh, okay.
and assimilate, and once it becomes self-aware, it can basically spread over the entire face of civilization. And
I'm glad you're giving me fodder for my nightmare tonight.
well, that's modern civilization for you.
Well, how about them jarts?
How about the what?
Jarts?
Jart?
Sure.
The gene?
You ever come across the jarts?
Uh-uh.
Didn't you ever take a look at Eon or?
Explain yourself.
Well, he's talking about Greg Bear.
Oh. Yeah, I've only read the very, very, very first novel, that Blood Music one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it's nice. The music was kind of loud, and I can hear y'all lovingly.
What? Oh, is the music loud?
Yeah, in the phone at least.
Okay.
I don't know about
He's
in the-
fighting the music,
I'm sorry, I turned
as
it
we
down.
all are.
That might be like a kind of almost like a passive aggressive kind of deal from Trixie.
Turn it off all the way.
Yeah, she's totally striking out against us.
Yeah.
Well, I hear her talking, but I don't hear her in the studio, so it's
Maybe
like
she's a ghost.
she may be a robot.
We need to get those dudes from the Ghost Hunters show to come with their microphones and stuff to see if we can record
That's
her.
an
and,
outstanding suggestion.
we've got
See if
microphones
she-
in the booth. Can't we? Are these
That's too easy.
are these
That's
like
too
ghost
easy.
microphones?
EVPs. You can run the show by EVP.
Oh, EVPs. That's what we ought to do, is just set up a microphone for an hour and just reel in all the what do you call that? The extra
Yeah, just whatever is floating out there.
vehicular.
Whatever
Yeah.
the electronic voice phenomena.
That's
I
what
think
it is.
what
Yeah,
stands
thank
for.
you.
Yeah. I'm walking to the fridge to see what other beers I have chilling in there.
You have a remarkably clear mind. I don't understand it. I don't recall things the way you do.
I get more talkative, though. That's the deal.
What, do your friends see you as like just a morose fellow that doesn't say much till he gets on air?
Exactly.
Yeah,
You would never recognize me in a crowd
I don't believe it.
unless I look like Pierre Bezukhov from your
I already know what you look like, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
I just barely know what you look like through the modern of.
You would not
media
pick me out in
here.
a crowd.
I don't know what Trixie looks like or Joe Bob.
Well,
Nobody.
Let
Johnny
your
Neptune.
imagination run wild, and it still won't match reality.
Hey, that's probably true. I
Yeah.
came all the way back to the computer and the phone here, and I didn't get a bottle opener.
Wow, dude. Use your
Here we
teeth.
go. Going back to the kitchen.
All right. We'll wait for you. We got time.
No, I mean, I'm just here talking like
I
I normally
know.
would anyway. So how was y'all's week?
My week was uneventful. Joe Bob.
Well, I'll tell you what, and this is the God's honest truth. I'm getting tired of whatever the critters are that are coming into the attic.
Those are called raccoons, man.
Well, I guess they got to be, but I can't believe it's something that big. Because
Really?
I was
Maybe
convinced
it's a
it was.
person.
Well, I was convinced it was squirrels for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Have
know
you,
that. Go ahead.
Have you actually gone up there to check?
Well, here's the deal.
That's scary.
There was a thing with a tree that made a hole in the roof, but it wasn't causing any leaks or anything, so I didn't mess with it. And then now it's just those things got balls now. I mean, they're just loud. and so I'll bang on the wall a little bit, and that used to scare them, and now it doesn't do nothing.
Half of them got balls.
Well,
Okay, yeah, scientifically, sure.
Yeah.
But there's probably enough for about one each. So
Well, statistically, the average average male has less than 2 balls.
huh.
Hold it.
So the one with the ones who are deformed with a no, I don't want to go so far as to say deformed, but the fellas who in however it may be to and for whatever reason you got to think that there's going to be having fellas with one going to be having not even to say how much they should, but rather having an extra one or less than an extra one, less than what's right or not even right.
Tag the tape because that's a show best of right there.
Oh, my
All
goodness.
I was trying to say is you got the ones who got less and you got the ones who got more, and that's going to probably balance it out.
That's the way God made it,
Yeah.
or on the mega point, or whatever.
Yeah.
That was really good. That one tastes really nice.
Oh, I bet it does, man.
This is atrial rubicite. Ale re-fermented in oak barrels with raspberries.
Re-fermented.
Yes.
Reefer.
Re-fermented?
I don't think we're supposed to be talking about reefer on
No,
here.
we can. It's okay.
I bet you didn't know you can drink reefer
I bet
With
you
mint.
can.
Reefer mint.
in more ways than one, I guess.
I feel like I drank a reefer before I came on the show.
Well, somebody's got to do the dirty work.
What's going on?
Hello?
What's going on there, boss?
Hello?
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 I hear somebody talking.
You're on the air.
It's 512-472-2255.
But Grappo's friend is gonna call him.
Okay, we'll do that for you, sir.
Hey, Trixie, where is this background?
Yeah.
What is this scenery we're looking at?
This is actually.
Okay, I'll let you go now.
I'll wait for Graffo to hang up.
My gosh.
Did we interrupt you, Graffo?
Well, this
I'm
person
sorry.
has called me over and over again, and I give them the phone number, and, still.
So,
They threw me off my game.
Daedalus was asking about our background. This is actually on some coast in Germany. And I picked this out. I mean, I don't think Johnny Neptune is from this place, but I picked it out because he's from Germany.
One very ancient branch of my family comes from Trier, Germany.
Do you know
Which-
that is,
Trier.
I think it's
Is
barely
that,
German.
is that a real place, Johnny, or is he making that up?
No, it's a real place.
Yeah, it exists.
Ancient
T-R-I-E-R.
Roman city.
It kind of reminds me of that painting by David Friedrich Casper.
I don't know that one.
Oh man, it's such a good painting. Guy's such a good artist from the 19th century. So,
Yeah, I'm not as good as on my painting history as my dumb pop culture comic history.
Well, that's just as important. I guarantee you.
It's exactly the same thing as far as I'm concerned.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of comic history, who are your all-time favorite comic geniuses or whatever?
Well, we've talked about Crazy Cat before, right?
Yes.
And I like him. I like his art. It's hard to read, though, right?
And Windsor McKay from I'm having a total brain fart
Little
right now.
Nemo.
Little Nemo, yes.
The problem with Windsor McKay is it's like a wedding cake. It's almost too good. It
Yeah,
doesn't
right.
it doesn't work for me.
Right. But it's like, I think it's like really, really ahead of its time.
Oh man, it was obviously
Yeah,
just fantastic
totally.
stuff. Let me tell you, dude, I like Popeye. And
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm talking about Thimble Theater. I'm not talking about that
Right.
stuff we grew up with on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
I was totally thinking about that this week with Robin Williams dying. And
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, if you're going to touch on Popeye, let's do a little shout out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out
Robin
to
Williams played Popeye. You know, that movie is kind of, I don't know, it's interesting.
That
you know,
movie, I think that movie's a classic. It's excellent.
Yeah. You know, and of course, you didn't even hear about it with, everybody talks about Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, I had the same conversation already a couple of times.
Good Morning Vietnam, and,
there's
Aladdin.
some people that just didn't think
Get
that,
it.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know about get it. They just didn't like Robin Williams. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't like his
Screw
stand-up.
them.
Stand-up is way too manic for me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have done enough Coke or caffeine, to, like, enjoy it.
Makes you nervous.
But, yeah, totally. But the movies, yeah, I appreciate a lot of the movies he's been in.
Hey, Daedalus,
Yeah, what's up?
do you know where Popeye was filmed?
In Malta.
Nice.
Really?
Good catch.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
I don't think we've stumped old Daedalus yet.
No, I don't think so either. Well, no, I did just now with the David Casper Friedrich.
Yeah, I mean,
that
there's
wasn't
some
a stump.
That was a stump, dude.
That wasn't a stump.
I stuffed him.
That's not the kind of stump you got to pull out with a pickup truck and a chain or anything.
One time, my dad lives up north of Amarillo in the Panhandle, and we have mesquite trees all out on the property and stuff, and we were clearing he kind of lives on top of what is like the level land, and he lives around kind of a canyon area, and clearing the top up there where the home site is. This is it's probably more along than that, 30 years ago now.
You're clearing mesquite trees? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? God, I bet
And
that
we
was
had
a chore.
Well, we had a big box blade on a tractor, and we're trying to pull them up.
Yeah.
And, mesquite trees have a taproot that go down dozens of feet. I don't know how far, 50, 60 feet maybe.
Yeah.
And so we're off on the side, I'm maybe 10, 12 years old at the time, and we're watching my dad on the tractor pulling this box blade, basically trying to either rip it out or cut it off or whatever, And the tractor's struggling, and all of a sudden it just starts doing a wheelie in the air. The actual tractor starts turning from the wheels. The wheels are stuck in the ground from holding onto this mesquite tree.
Yes.
And the tractor just starts tilting up in the air, straight up in the air. Of course, he jumps off just in time before it falls over backward and
Wow.
stuff. But, yeah, it was a crazy... And he actually when he jumped off, of course, he let off all the controls and stuff, and the tractor died. And so it was sitting straight up in the air, the nose pointing to the sky. And somewhere I have a picture of it that I took of this tractor sitting, the wheels on the ground, but, it points straight up to the air. And I don't know, I have it somewhere, but, it's a crazy picture. I remember, when have you ever seen your dad try to pull a mesquite stump out of the ground and tractor flip up in the air?
Well, that's something else. I think I told my tractor story one time on air here before.
I don't know if I heard it.
Well, it's just that I popped a wheelie and it almost flipped over on me, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, because you don't control them like you do like a car or whatever.
Exactly.
Because you put them in gear, and then you have the throttle, and you just set it, and it goes.
Yeah, and I was switching gears, and it was almost a disaster.
Yeah. The last time I used it, nobody cares about this, but I'm going to tell the story.
Nobody's listening, man.
Right. Austin's asleep.
That's
it's
right.
August. It's hot. They got sweaty, took a shower, and they've already gone to bed. So.
Austin's all asleep.
Right. And on Thursday night especially.
Yeah.
11 o'clock, straight up. Here we go.
Yep. What was your story?
My dad had jury duty about 3 or 4 years ago, and he fainted, collapsed in the jury duty, and had to have the defibrillator and all this stuff, and rushed to the hospital in Amarillo.
It's a hell of a way to get out of jury duty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so me and my brother left the next morning to go up there, check on him, see how he's going. And him and my brother are real gearheads. I mean, I can appreciate it to a certain extent, but it doesn't consume me like it does them. And my dad's been working on he already has a 1936 Chevrolet that he's restored, customized a little bit, and he's been working the last 5 or 6 years on a 1962 Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
And he's combining a Falcon with a Ranchero, basically taking the bed out of a Ranchero and putting on a Falcon and making kind of like a crossover type thing.
Yeah.
And so he's in the hospital. My brother, of course, he's kind of emotionally retarded. So his best way to sympathize and show, emotional support is to go over. We go and stay at the house that night, and he wants to start on this project for him. And so I'm driving this same tractor that was pointed up in the air, 30 years ago or 25 years ago, whatever. I'm driving it using the power transfer in the back to lift up the motor. We basically were taking the motor out of the old 1962 Ford Falcon or whatever. Whoa, that's a trippy picture with it. It was distorted there for a second.
I don't like what you guys are doing with the camera.
It was like some kind of, like a scanner darkly or something there for a second.
I know. Like the drug in Scanner Darkly.
Yeah, what, like the blue flowers?
So get back to your story.
Substance D. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I was using this very same tractor that almost basically killed him 20 years before to lift out the motor on this old car while my brother's underneath it, unbolting it and stuff.
And your life is flashing in front of your eyes, right?
Yeah, I mean, because this is like an old tractor. This is not like a nice new John Deere with a refrigerated cabin and nice hydraulics or anything. This is like a 1940-something Massey Ferguson where, it's all you pushing on pedals very, very hard with muscle power to control it. So we did it, and I felt very proud, and we got it out, and so, yeah.
What did Dad say?
Oh, yeah, he thought it was really cool when he finally got to come home, and we started this project by taking the motor and transmission out of this old car. So,
right.
Yeah.
Did he need to be exerting himself at that point, though?
Well, not for a while, yeah. They even had to take him to Albuquerque after that, to the VA over there, and get a pacemaker installed and all this crazy stuff. So. Yeah. But, he's slowly been working on it. I don't know if he'll ever complete it, but, that's what I said about this other car he's built, that 36. And
that's like those churches in Europe we were talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've started by a grandfather and his great-great-great-great-grandson.
It goes on for years and years.
Right.
Yeah. We should do buildings like that here. Nah, that's not a good idea.
Well, I can see it would be cool, something like that. Magnificence,
Yeah, like, what are you saying, we should build our own pyramids?
No, I don't know about a pyramid.
Well, we went to the moon, but that only took
the moon that's pretty much it. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think we might have hit our high point there, man.
I mean, American civilization, boom, landing on the moon.
Right.
I mean, top that world.
I hear the sound of a toilet flushing right now, and that's not good. That business in Missouri, not good, man. We're not respected around the world. Our borders are open. Where else can I go with this?
Man, everything's crazy.
Yeah.
May you live in the old Chinese curse. May you live in interesting times.
Yeah, we got it.
Here we are.
Here we are.
2014. Do you remember when, you were a kid? I don't think you're really that much. I don't know how old you are, but I would say we're relatively in the same generation.
I think relatively. I probably got a couple years on you.
Sure. All right. We'll deal with that.
Yeah.
And remember when you were growing up and you were thinking, in the year 2000, it's going to be flying cars and...
Jetsons?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I'm not endorsing the Jetsons, Trixie.
No.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Okay.
Even though Hanna-Barbera does not exist anymore, we will not endorse them.
No. They don't?
We will not endorse.
Are they defunct?
Yeah.
They're no longer funked?
I'm sure somebody owns the property of it.
Oh, you know it. Probably like Sony.
I don't know. They showed on that Boomerang channel. Who owns Boomerang? Time Warner, probably?
I wouldn't know. What is Boomerang?
They show all the old cartoons.
Oh, yeah, they show Captain Caveman and Yogi Bear and all that.
Oh, my gosh, Captain Caveman. That was my favorite when I was a little kid.
Okay, I guess we kind of figured out who's older than who. You know, I was watching Johnny Quest. You guys
Hong
probably
Kong
don't
Phooey.
know. Huh?
Hong Kong Phooey. Hell yeah.
The Mighty
and-
Heroes.
Yeah, me and Joe Bob maybe be about the right same age.
What
and
about-
you are like our older brother.
Yeah.
What about old Thundar?
Yeah, that was like a weird ripoff of, man, I don't even know how to explain that one. Conan the Barbarian versus Thundercats versus,
Well, they almost got like a Bigfoot or a Chewbacca in there too.
yeah, totally, yeah. Oh, man, Thundar, yeah.
Isn't there any superhero girls in that universe? That
He had a
y'all-
chick. He had a chick. She was
She-Ra.
exotic.
Yeah. She hot? You know, in the cartoon way?
She was exotic.
Jim and holograms.
Holograms. That's what I'm waiting for.
I don't think it'll ever happen.
No?
We're going to use
We
our...
gonna keep you alive as long as we can, boss.
They have to freeze me up and thaw me out.
looking rotary dial telephone you got there.
Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, that to me is a telephone. You know?
That I have one like that still.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you-
I stole it from my grandmother's house when we moved her out recently.
I think the phone company wants it back, man. Those are rented.
It does say property of AT&T on it.
Yeah.
A Western Electric Model 500 or whatever the hell.
Wow, you did well by grabbing it.
Yeah, I had two and I gave one to my uncle though, but I have the other one. That was the first phones they ever had.
Is that right?
Yeah, when they were growing up, like in the 50s.
Wow.
And it's puke green.
Why do they make them so ugly? Or they're either tan,
know.
puke green, or pink.
Yeah, and one there was that harvest gold color.
I don't remember those.
That was like the 70s, I guess. But no, this is like the old school 50s puke green color.
I can tell you when they came out with push button, it was
Yeah.
a wonder to us. It was an absolute wonder.
Yeah. Do you remember, did you ever call the helicopter on people?
No, I didn't. I called the FBI a few times, but not.
Well, no, you
didn't-
can dial like star, I want to say it was star 69 and then dial a number. And then whoever's number you dialed would ring. But when they picked up, it just go, and we would call it calling the helicopter on people.
Oh, I thought you were talking about swatting somebody, like calling in.
Oh, yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah,
it was
it is.
never that nefarious.
I don't know. It's real popular though.
Yeah, that's all like hacker stuff or whatever.
Yeah. Hacker stuff. So are you familiar with Captain Crunch? Not the cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
totally.
Okay. All
And
right.
because they ran a lot of that stuff out of Lubbock back when I'm totally blanking on what it was all called. Anyway. But yeah, I know some of it, but not all.
So I haven't had any requests, so I'm just zooming along here.
Do it, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe we
This is the end of summer, or not the end, the middle of summer.
It's the end. It's the death of summer, man. Have we passed the
Yeah.
solstice? Anybody know?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
We have passed
Yeah.
the summer solstice.
Right.
We're trying to get to that fall equinox, autumn equinox.
What does that mean? What does equinox mean? Isn't that
The
a
day,
car?
the length of day and the length of night are equal.
Equal. Equinox.
Oh,
Equal.
okay.
Equal.
Okay.
Equa. Equine.
So the
Is that-
seasons.
Does that follow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
why
well
is
done,
it
Joe Bob.
equine?
Horse moon. I don't know.
Things become
what is-
symmetrical.
All right. There you go. And you know about that because you're an artist.
I'm symmetrical.
Well, why don't we go back into TV land a little bit more?
Okay.
All right.
All right. So,
How do we do that?
Daedalus, were you able to sink your teeth into any Battlestar Galactica or Buck Rogers?
Not the old one. I can't say that I ever watched the old one.
Oh, okay. So you. All right. Well, so you're a little
So
bit
when
younger
he
than
says
I am.
old ones, he's talking about the 1930s.
No.
No, the 70s, like the late 70s one.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's no.
Lauren
That's
Green.
Lauren Green. Yeah. You better
And-
believe it.
Bucky was a little robot.
Okay. So you did.
What sound did that thing make? Does anybody know?
It was like
Yeah,
something like that.
it was
That's pretty
like
good. So you did see some Battlestar Galactica.
Well, yeah, but I didn't like watch it.
Right, but you have memories of it.
I wouldn't admit to it
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when I was that young, I was all about the Muppet Show
Oh hell yeah.
and
Goodness
Captain
gracious.
Kangaroo and
Mr. Green Jeans, all that.
yeah, totally.
Yeah. And I don't think the crew that I'm with knows anything about Captain Kangaroo.
I know Captain Kangaroo.
You
mean
know
the
Captain
booth,
Kangaroo.
The gang. What about Johnny? Does Johnny know Captain Kangaroo?
Doubtful.
No, don't know that one.
Capitan Kangaroo.
Well, but hey, I got a question for Johnny. What was on the TV when you were a little guy? 4, 5, 6.
Civil defense warnings.
What was on there?
I mean, like for kids
Like-
shows or
Right, yeah, for kids.
yeah,
The
we
Shrunk.
have something like Pippi Langstrumpf.
Pippi Longstocking.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
from Scandinavia, right? So we watched that a lot. There was series and also the films, the movies, and we really liked that because of all the cool things they did. That you like, there was the Pippi Longstockings who has this strength and could do all these cool things. So that was pretty nice, and she was like independent and she did whatever she wanted. So we really liked that.
She like beat up sailors and stuff.
Yeah, she was really strong. I mean, she
Did
could
she beat up
could
sailors?
lift anything, right? She could lift, I guess, her horse.
My.
I forgot the name of her horse, actually. Do y'all remember?
And besides Pippi Longstocking, what did you have going on there?
We'll put a request out there. If somebody knows what Pippi's horse was called, call in and tell us what it was.
Excalibur. No, it was
Trigger.
Trigger, yeah.
Bucephalus.
No, not Bucephalus. That's Alexander's horse.
Oh, all right. I knew it
Yeah.
was something like that.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Alexander, did you hear that they found a big burial mound out there in Greece?
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, they think it's him?
Well, no, they don't
Oh.
think it's him, but it's during his reign, I guess, which is very short. He was there for 30 years, yeah? Right?
Well,
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
He died. Well, yeah. I mean, he died when he was. I mean, he wasn't reigning all that time because his daddy was kind of the big cheese.
His dad was who?
Philippos.
There we go. They have found his grave.
Right,
Yeah.
and they found his skull.
They found the skull.
And
They,
they
found
did
his
a-
old eye. It's all messed
Yeah.
up. Arr.
I saw a picture of that recreation.
Oh yeah. Did it
Sure.
look like him?
I didn't think that. I thought Oliver Stone did a pretty good job on Val Kilmer making that be him,
Oh God.
being the fella who's.
I didn't think that movie was that bad either.
No, and it had some awesome music to it too.
God. I wouldn't call that movie a stinker.
No, it's not a stinker, but I mean, it's not like the best ever.
Oh
ever.
no, it's better than Ishtar, which I've never seen.
Oh my gosh,
You know?
Ishtar.
We ought to watch that. Did anybody ever watch that?
I don't know.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Well,
Graffo Film Club.
Have you seen Heaven's Gate?
I
was thinking
started
that
it.
when you said
I
Ishtar.
rented it and I started it.
It's unfinishable.
I fell asleep like in the first 5 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like so hazy.
Yeah,
I couldn't see what was going on.
Who's the director in that?
Semino.
Semino.
No, so I got another story on that one. So then he did another one because I was so determined to follow up on Deer Hunter, and so I got Desperate Hours with Anthony Hopkins and Mickey Rourke, and I couldn't get 15 or 20 minutes into that thing. But, and I'm gonna get off here. I'm not gonna say
No,
the
you
word.
go ahead. Trixie,
Well, I
keep
just
it
want
on.
to say
Go to
that
camera one.
Semino did do a decent job on the Year of the Dragon, in my opinion.
Ooh, Year of the Dragon.
You like that
Oh,
one?
wait. I was thinking Last Dragon. Sorry.
No, I'm down with the Last Dragon too. The Glow.
That movie was awesome.
I love that movie.
What is the? You guys are confusing me.
It was like Motown meets Kung Fu.
Chinatown, big Trouble in Little China.
No, but that was a
No.
good one too.
No, that
that was-
sucked.
That's a classic.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, Joe Bob.
I'm sorry.
Pork Chop Express.
Hell yeah. Jack Burton.
Yeah.
So you were talking about Mickey Rourke in what was that called? The Dragon.
Well,
The
the
Last
Year of the
Dragon.
Dragon.
Oh, no, sorry.
No, the Year of the
Year of the
Dragon is where
Dragon.
Mickey Rourke is kind of. Mickey Rourke's a Vietnam vet, and he's like a decorated cop from Brooklyn. And they bring him on into San Francisco, going to fix up Chinatown, make it,
And
deal
he's
with the
younger
gangs and all that.
than how he's cast. I mean, that didn't work.
I
did
think
it?
I think that movie's great.
That was before he got his face reconstructed.
well
Before
before he
got
started
his
boxing.
destroyed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
reconstructed.
can't say that I've ever seen that one.
Well, it was on like
It's-
IFC or something or Sundance the other night.
It blows. I mean, it's okay.
I'll illegally download it and watch it sometime.
Yeah, do that.
It's decent, I think.
Well,
I don't know. They say it's illegal, but I don't care.
Okay.
Damn.
I've been doing this for what? What year is this? 2014.
Yeah.
10 years easy. No problem so far.
So that's probably the worst thing you do, right? I have
I don't know.
stumped.
I gotta think about that one.
I have stumped the mighty Daedalus.
The worst things. Criminality. Here, I got a story for you.
Okay.
Do you remember when the FBI was arresting Anonymous about 3 years ago?
Yeah.
I thought I was expecting a knock on the door any time when that was happening.
Oh, you got one of those
Are you
masks?
anonymous? Are you?
Well, it was right when American Express and Visa and all that stuff had stopped sending payments to WikiLeaks or processing them or whatever, donations. And so Anonymous decided to use distributed denial of service attacks against different websites like Bank of America and Visa and MasterCard and blah, blah, blah. And as a curious type of person, I downloaded their program, the LOIC, Low Orbit Ion Cannon, named after the thing in Empire Strikes Back.
Ion Cannon, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was this program called LOIC that would slave your computer to their network to perform the distributed DDoS, distributed denial of service, against, AmericanExpress.com, Visa.com, whatever. Chase, I don't know. I don't remember. So I did it just to see how it worked. I wanted to watch them doing this. And so I was in there all the beginning of it, watching them do this, seeing who they called for to set their targets to next, to bombard their servers with millions and millions of hits, blah, blah, blah. And then I started seeing that the FBI was going to people's houses based on the IRC chats and who did these things and arresting people, and I started kind of freaking out a little bit. And I changed all my online passwords and screen names and usernames and tried to erase as much as I could think of. But, I did have it running for a while just to see how it works, but they just basically arrested the ringleaders, so forth.
Yeah.
Are they going to be coming after you now that you've admitted this, or?
Nah, he's small potatoes.
No, yeah, small potatoes. So
French fries,
Not
they
even-
call them.
Freedom
Yeah.
fries.
I'm sorry, boss.
Freedom fries.
Freedom fries.
Let's stay on point here.
right,
Yeah.
it's not sauerkraut. It's whatever. Freedom cabbage.
Oh, it is? Is that true, Johnny?
Back like in World War
What
One,
do you
they
call
had a lot of
What's
stuff
that?
like that too.
Yeah, well, they were also making a lot of Germans changed their names.
Well, they changed the name of the German Shepherd because they thought they was going to get all of them.
To what?
Alsatian or Alastian or something.
What?
Yeah, Alsace was like the big from 1870 to 1914. Germany and France battled over that several times.
Yeah, I accused Johnny, in fact, from being from Alsace.
Well,
It's true.
could be accused of being from worse places.
Yeah, like what? Liberia, which is probably a beautiful
Moscow
country.
or St. Petersburg or
Yeah. Petrograd.
BFE Mongolia.
True.
I'm surprised we haven't any other calls tonight.
I
I
know.
think this complexity of the subject matter's done scared them off.
It's kind of like a vortex of whatever, and it's just kind of bumped everybody out of the way.
You think it's my drawing?
No, that's
I don't
pretty.
know.
I like that.
I love that. And speaking of, when are we gonna get back to getting up there on the moon and on the red planet and everything
Gonna
else?
be a while, my friend.
Why?
We don't have the money. Number
The
one.
hell?
Number two.
It'll make money if you do it. It'll start doing it. It's gonna generate its own money.
If you build it, they will.
If you
fly.
build it, it will happen. It will come.
Sure.
In the famous words of our most elevated statesman, Arnold Schwarzenegger, get your ass to Mars.
Oh yeah. There you
you go.
Right on.
I would love to go to Mars, but not until they've got it really developed,
But, I mean, we could have had a base on the moon since the '60s.
And do what with it?
It don't. What
Mine-
do? What would
mine-
we? What did we do with what we went there in the first place?
Well, we're
Mine-
showing
called the
everybody.
human
Helium
spirit.
3. Mine helium-3.
Mine
Use it
helium
for
3,
space
exactly.
Well, what is that?
You can refine it and use it for rocket fuel in space.
You can do that with hydrogen.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Stop pissing in the party there.
I'm not pissing in the punch bowl.
So it going up there, it gives people hope.
Hope for what? To put another flag on a planet?
No, we're saying
Hope in
it's
general.
existentialist
Hope for what?
philosophy.
Well,
thing.
why don't we just go back and live in the caves then?
Well, why don't we? It's kind of nice, isn't it?
yeah.
No,
There's just not enough caves for everybody.
That's true.
And there ain't no iPhones.
We don't
neither.
need a
Movie.
cave
Oh,
gap.
yeah,
with,
you can't get reception in a cave.
Well, Trixie's just got something to say all of a
I
sudden
know.
about all
She
this.
does. She just piped up.
So maybe she's the primitivist.
She's a
like,
Luddite.
Yeah,
that
the
what
one
you
that wants
call
to
it?
destroy
What does that mean?
civilization. Go
Those are
back
harsh
to
words.
hunter-gatherers.
Those
Yeah.
are harsh words indeed.
I don't know where I am
I
as
do.
far as that goes.
I'm sorry. I know where I am. I don't know where you are.
Are you pro-civilization, Joe Bob?
I'd say keep this thing going. Oh, let it overflow. I don't care if the oceans boil. We'll figure out a way to cool them down. Let's get on the moon. Let's get on Mars. Let's get on the asteroids. Let's get on Europa. And let's just, Christopher Nolan's about to show us how it's going to go in his next movie.
I will say that I do agree with Joe Bob on those points.
What y'all think about that satellite or whatever about to land on that comet?
Hell yeah. It's going to
pretty-
land on
that's
it?
pretty cool.
Is it gonna land
Yeah,
on it?
in November or something like that.
I thought it was just going to pass by it or something.
It's
Oh, yeah,
gonna-
it's going to orbit it for the next couple of weeks or months or
It's
whatever.
going to land on it. It's from
Yes.
and they're going to plant a flag. It's got an arm that comes
and it's
out.
going to say "bang" on it.
That's right. Well, I don't know about that.
Is that true about the flag?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be an American flag, right?
Yeah.
that's
We've
thanks to
contracted
our
with the
European
Europeans to plant our
comrades.
flag on it. I'm sorry,
Our
Dallas.
European comrades did all of that.
Yeah.
But what about the flag? Is it really going to be an American flag?
Oh
It'll
yeah.
be ESA's flag.
I think-
Actually, dude, it's going to be a Texas flag.
all right. Well, no, now I'm going to get serious here for a
All right,
second.
go ahead.
If you look at the American flag, but go on in, just focus in on it dead center, and take a look at where the first couple stripes are and the first star is, and you'll see that built into it, within the American flag, is the Texas flag. It's essentially acts as a rubric for the American flag.
Wow.
I'm following you. I'm following you.
I'm not.
Well, it's kind of
Rubric?
yeah,
Rubric?
a rubric.
Rubric.
A
A
rubric.
rubric.
Don't you have to do that with words?
I had
No.
a rubric one time.
How
It's
did
pretty
you
tasty.
did you get it cut out?
Hey, y'all can make all the fun y'all want. I know what I'm saying's right.
Is that Cass's Deli before they closed? And they had a rubric sandwich.
Oh dear. Oh
And
my.
they got rubric cubes and all that, but I'm saying it's a rubric. It's a thing on which a key. Like you got a map and you got a key. It's simplified. It's an extrapolate. The one thing is the extrapolation on the other, and the thing, the rubric is what's being extrapolated on.
If you want to hear illiterate people use big words, you come to this show.
Amen.
That's right.
And which one of us are you talking about?
I'm not talking about anybody
Okay.
specifically.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody and nobody.
That's right.
Well, I know what I got in my heart, and if it's someday I can articulate it in whatever language, then that'll be fine. If I don't, that'll be fine too.
The signified and the
I'm gonna be all right.
signifier.
You wonder, Joe Bob, you are doing your security work, right?
Okay, I got a little carried away there for a second. I have to admit.
No, you're doing fine, man.
I'm going to do my rounds,
You're
and I'll be
doing
back in a
just
second.
fine.
I mean, ISIS may be at the door now.
Yes. They are knocking
we
at the
could
door.
be under attack for not converting to Wahhabism or Salafi Islam right
Yeah.
now.
So, by the way, Daedalus, when that happens, are you ready to convert? Or how?
I mean, I'll tell
How
them
flexible
whatever.
are you?
It doesn't matter to me.
Hey, just
I mean, I
so
was
you guys
baptized-
know, can I interrupt? We got 3 minutes.
Oh
Sorry.
no!
Oh my God.
I can't believe we've effed off for so long.
What is that?
Like, so are we gonna have to expand the show or just talk slower.
Trixie, can we expand the show?
we can. We'll go off air in in less than 3 minutes. But if a caller wants to stay on, he can.
Well, then it's not fun because now we're just pretending that we're actually talking to people that are interested.
Right.
But it could be on. But later it can be on the YouTubes.
Well, that is true.
I can clip you and put a clip of you on YouTube.
That's a
the
good
after
point.
show. The after show
YouTube.
with Daedalus.
That's the future, man.
You know, Daedalus, maybe you need your own show, and I could sit in the corner and just scribble away.
No, because I think it's cooler that I think I'm an unbodied voice.
Disembodied.
Yes, disembodied. Sorry.
Thank you.
That's my Belgium ales talking.
Right on. Right on.
I just got quite the schnoz.
Yeah. You know, and I'm making a mess of it, but that's okay.
We never finished our talk about the best comic dudes of all time.
Okay. Well, you know, I'm a Marvel guy, but that's out the window now.
Kirby, automatically #1, right?
Who? Oh, yeah.
Kirby.
Yeah.
All right. You're cool. Everybody
I am
else,
cool.
you know.
You're cool.
Yeah. Kirby's
Steranko?
gotta be it. Huh? Who? Sorry.
Steranko?
Yes. Have you follow him on Twitter, man?
No. Why is he talking on
tells
Twitter?
crazy stories about stuff on Twitter.
Really?
It's hard to follow sometimes because, you know, you can only put, you know, like 2 sentences at a time. But he'll tell, like, paragraphs, book-long stories about the olden days on Twitter.
Wow. You know,
Yeah.
Daedalus, I told you I've got comics, right?
Yes.
I have all of his comics
Man,
from
that's
S.H.I.E.L.D.
awesome.
and Captain
Yeah.
America.
Right on.
That's probably the crown jewel of my collection.
That's cool, man. And I'm going to tell a big spoiler to everybody right now that hasn't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, but they need to like read all the old Howard the Duck stuff
Howard the Duck.
from the 70s, from
I know
like
what you're talking about.
73 or so.
Yeah.
Would you like to speak to GRAFFO?
I hear talking in the
I'm putting
booth.
Daedalus on
I do
hold.
too.
Sorry.
Dallas,
Caller, you're on the air.
Hello? Talk to me. Oh, no. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, crew. Thank you, guests. We'll see y'all next Thursday. How was it?
It was awesome.
Broadcasting.
Oh, we're broadcasting, bro.
Okay, you're clear.